When Emily Parker first opened her apartment door that rainy Tuesday evening, she didn't expect her entire life to change. She was exhausted from work, balancing grocery bags in both hands, and ready to collapse onto her second-hand couch. That couch had been her comfort through late-night movies, study sessions, and countless phone calls to her best friend. But that night, it became the start of something she never saw coming. Her neighbor, Daniel Brooks, was standing in the hallway, fumbling with his keys. He had just moved into the building 2 weeks earlier, carrying boxes of books and worn furniture up the stairs with quiet determination. Emily had offered a polite smile back then, but she hadn't really paid much attention. After all, she was busy, single, and focused on surviving the grind of her new job. But when their eyes met that evening, something shifted. Daniel gave her a small, kind smile, the type of smile that carried warmth even on the dreariest days. Emily muttered a greeting, set her groceries down, and tried to ignore how her heart skipped. It wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't even attraction she could put into words. It was recognition, like meeting someone who belonged in your story, though you didn't know why. That same week, the building's heating system broke down. The landlord promised repairs, but until then, everyone bundled up in sweaters and blankets. Emily found herself knocking on Daniel's door one night with a half-laughing, half-shivering plea. "Do you want to share a pizza?" Misery loves company. He opened the door, his apartment nearly as sparse as hers. Together they ate pizza on the couch in her living room, wrapped in blankets, talking about everything from childhood memories to embarrassing work stories. Hours slipped by, and Emily realized she hadn't laughed that hard in years. The couch creaked beneath them, old but steady, as if it too approved of this new beginning. From that night on, Daniel became part of Emily's everyday life. They started sharing dinners, running errands together, even complaining about their noisy upstairs neighbors. He was gentle in spirit but strong in character. She noticed the way he listened, not just nodding along, but really hearing her words. When Emily talked about her late father, Daniel didn't interrupt or try to fix her grief. He simply sat beside her, offering quiet understanding. It wasn't long before her friends began to notice. "You light up when you talk about him," her best friend Hannah teased over coffee. Emily blushed and denied it, though deep down she knew it was true. Something about Daniel filled a gap in her heart she hadn't even known existed. But love stories are rarely simple. One evening, Emily's ex-boyfriend, Michael, appeared at her door. He had heard she was seeing someone and wanted another chance. The confrontation rattled her. Old feelings of doubt crept back. The fear of being hurt, the belief she wasn't enough, the anxiety of trusting someone new. Michael left, but his presence stirred a storm inside her. That night, Daniel found her curled up on the couch, tears in her eyes. She admitted her fears, how love had betrayed her before, how she wasn't sure if she was strong enough to risk it again. Daniel didn't give her grand promises or poetic speeches. He simply sat beside her, his hand resting gently over hers, and whispered, "You don't have to have all the answers right now. I'm not here to rush you. I just want to be here, wherever you'll let me." Those words were everything. Over time, Emily learned to let her walls down. Daniel showed her through actions, not just words, that he wasn't going anywhere. He helped fix her leaky sink, surprised her with coffee on tough mornings, and reminded her daily that she mattered. Slowly, Emily began to believe in love again, not the kind that burned fast and fizzled, but the steady, enduring kind that grew roots. Seasons changed. The broken heater was eventually fixed, but Emily and Daniel still found themselves choosing the couch, wrapped in blankets, watching storms outside the window. That old couch, once just a piece of furniture, became their safe place, their first chapter together. One summer afternoon, as golden light spilled into the room, Daniel turned to her and said softly, "You know, when I first moved here, I thought this was just a temporary stop in my life. But then I met you. And now I don't want temporary. I want forever." Emily's heart swelled, tears blurring her vision. She realized that the couch had indeed been just the beginning, because what started with shared pizza and laughter had grown into something unshakable. Daniel wasn't just her neighbor, her friend, or her comfort on lonely nights. He had become everything she never knew she needed: the steady hand, the gentle smile, the love that felt like home. And as they sat together on that old couch once more, Emily knew with absolute certainty that this was the kind of story worth holding on to.